Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make our own punnet squares. All right, so it says, designate letters to represent the traits. Uppercase for dominant, lowercase for recessive. All right, so let's see. This is going to be we're going to do brown hair. So B is going to be dominant, and my lowercase b is going to be recessive. Okay, so we're going to do brown hair. All right, draw a punnet square, a square with 4 small squares inside. Okay, got one right here. Write the genotype for the first parent along the top of the square. Write the genotype for the second parent along the left side of the square, just like our 4 square, like the squares that you make for multiplication if you're doing the box method. Oh, we're supposed to be due for tall. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna cross this out. Never mind. I'm not doing brown hair. Okay. First parent along the top. So tall, tall. Second parent, capital T, lowercase t. Okay. Write across the top and left side of the square for each row and column like you would in a multiplication table. Okay, so T and T. So T, T, capital, 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 lowercase and capital, lowercase and capital. All right. So list the possible genotypes and phenotypes of the offspring. Determine the probability of each genotype and phenotype. All right, so the genotype is like the probability of each one. So phenotype, let's see, for being dominant, for being TT, there's 2 out of the 4. So 2/4 or 50%. For uppercase T and lowercase t, there's 2 out of 4 or 50%. Okay, so those are the genotypes. Those are different types that they could have. Your offspring is either going to have 2 dominant tall genes or a dominant and a recessive tall gene. So the percentage chance of each trait. So we know that if a dominant trait is present at all, then it overrides the recessive. So for the first 50%, they're both dominant. So definitely tall for that 50 cents for that 50%. And then this one has a dominant tall and a recessive tall. So the dominant is going to override it. So the chances of this offspring being tall is 100%, because there's 50% chance that they're going to have 2 dominant genes that are tall. And then there's a 50% that they're going to have 1 dominant gene that's tall. But we know that if there's a dominant present, that recessive kind of cancels out. So 100% chance of being tall. Okay, so it's that easy. It's not hard at all. You guys know how to do a lot of this because of the multiplication table. Okay, so go ahead, fill those notes in, and then read your next set of directions or your next slide.